And welcome to Hero Power. I'm your host, Avanties, and as always, I'm joined by my co host, Zerotio.
What is up, gang? Hearthstone is strong this week with me. Before we get into the show, I just want to pitch my Hearthstone week real quick. Uh, I think people have been following me that I've been playing in THL and the Coin Concede Listener Series. I ended up defeating Bodicus, host of Coin Concede, to go in the top four of the Coin Concede Listener Series, 2-1 yesterday, and then followed up with a win on stream against Dragon Rider in THL to go 7-1 on the season. So it's been a good week and weekend for me in Hearthstone. How about you?
Yeah, I've actually been playing the deck we're going to play tonight a little bit. I've mostly just been farming up my dailies to make sure I have gold for the next set that's getting ready to drop.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been playing a lot of the new battlegrounds. If you guys didn't watch last week's episode, we talked about the changes and we played some of the new dragon-based battlegrounds. I've been playing a little more of that this week and just having a good time with it.
Yeah, and it is the season to save your gold. I think I'm close to 5,000 gold and about 4,800 dust. We're speculating we're roughly a month, maybe the first week of April, maybe second, for the next set that has yet to be announced. So yeah, save up your gold now.
That's right. Yeah, not long. We in another week or so, I expect we'll be talking about new cards.
I suspect we'll be talking about what was announced for the year of, and maybe even the new set on show next week.
I
But
hope
that's
so.
just my speculation. They said mid-March, and next week is the second week of March, so
That's true.
that's mid, and that would put us, if our speculations are right, after that week, about 3 weeks outside set release. So, yeah, it's about time.
Yeah, I'm excited. But in the meantime, we do have stuff to talk about this week.
Yeah.
Quite a bit to talk about, actually. And why don't we just jump right into it? So, as we talked about, the patch last week, 16.4 was live. Now we've got 16.4.1. They did some minor tweaks to the battlegrounds, but the big noticeable change here is Tyrion Fordring is out of the hero pool.
Yes.
And Queen Wagtoggle is back in to the hero pool. So, what are your thoughts about that, Zerotio?
Basically, it took out the top hero and replaced it with what was considered one of the bottom heroes. So this is kind of balancing out the meta a little bit. I don't think they necessarily need to add Wagtoggle, but I think they think with the most recent changes and additions of other heroes that maybe she's not going to be in the bottom of the barrel, or they want to evaluate her for possible adjustments. Obviously, we know they're going to do this kind of stuff because they took Finley out so that they can readjust him. So, yeah, we'll just. I think this is good. Just any kind of changes. Also important to note is with 16.4, they had some major issues with Android users, and they said the Android issues should now be resolved with the 16.4.1 release.
Yeah, there were a lot of people that were having issues that could not even log into the game, or would download the patch and then try to log in, and it's still telling them they need to go download the patch, and
it was stuck in
get around it. But yeah,
it was stuck in a app verification loop, meaning that every time the app launches, it checks for an update. It would compare. It's supposed to compare to the current, and it wasn't comparing properly, so it would constantly say you need to update. Try to update, it would update, and then it would say you need to update again. And they said a short-term fix was uninstall and reinstall, but that wasn't working for Android. It worked for Apple iOS users, but not for Android. So now it's fixed, and we've had a lot of people in the community that have verified that it is fixed for them. So If you're having any problems on Android, go ahead and do an uninstall and reinstall again, and that should definitely fix it this time.
Yeah, yeah. All right. In other news, happy birthday, Hearthstone.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't heard, Hearthstone turns 6 years old this month.
Mm-hmm.
And to celebrate, they are doing an anniversary event called the Spirit of Competition. So you log in anytime between March 4th and March 17th. So if you're watching this live, it's March the 8th. If you're listening to it on the download, it's March the 9th. Mm-hmm. So you've got about another 8 days or so to get logged in and get 2 free packs of Rise of Shadows, 2 packs of Saviors of Uldum, and 2 packs of Descent of Dragons, as well as a commemorative Year of the Dragon card back, which looks pretty awesome.
Okay, so I tend to be the random, and I still am on random card back, and I like these card backs, and for a while, I'll put them on if they're really cool. This might be one of the coolest event card backs I've ever seen. It's a big dragon's head, and they've done their Year of the Raven card backs and the Year of the Mammoth card backs, but I think the Year of Dragon one just looks, pardon the slip of tongue here, but it just looks badass. It's really, really good. I like it a lot. It might end up going as a permanent card back for a few months because it's just that good looking.
I agree. Also, there are 3 legendary quests that you can do if you log in now. The first is play 2 games in any mode to earn a 3rd Descent of Dragons card pack. Play 20 cards to earn a 2nd Rise of Shadows and Saviors of Uldum card pack. And then the 3rd quest is take 30 turns to earn a 4th Rise of Shadows and 4th Saviors of Uldum card pack. So, total, from this event, you can get 4 packs of Rise of Shadows, 4 packs of Saviors of Uldum, and 3 packs of Descent of Dragons.
Yeah, and I actually am not opening these. I'm not opening any packs right now because I want to see if they're going to do a Hall of Fame rotation or any of that stuff, and then open my packs. So I'm waiting for any kind of announcements in release so I can open these up, maybe get some dust equivalents.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I actually have all my packs just sitting there, haven't opened any of them, and waiting to see what happens when the year rotates. So...
yeah, I'm really excited. Also, they're doing 2 event brawls this week, and we'll talk more about this one later, is the Burn Down Brawl, and then the second week is going to be the Hall of Champions Brawl. Now, the Hall of Champions Brawl is the one where you get to play decks from various champions, and every year, obviously, they add another champion because this time it's VK Lion. So you'll be able to, it's going to be same as last time, except we will be able to play VK Lion's decks. And they are
Hunter Ace's decks.
And Hunter. Well, last time they did this, I think, was after Hunter Ace won.
No, I think it was before Hunter Ace won.
Oh, okay.
So this will be the first because
it wasn't
2 new victors, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll have Hunter Ace and VK Lions decks in there, and these are all decks that are pre-nerfed. So if this was back in the day before a card was nerfed, you will get that version of the card. It's a lot of fun. Obviously, it's as close to kind of a legacy type format as you're going to get because you still get discovers that do current cards. But other than that, it's a nice throwback, and I've always liked this. This is one of the few brawls I play more than once because I want to play with those decks.
Yes, I enjoy that brawl as well. And we'll talk more about this week's brawl in just a few minutes. But first, Ixar tweeted this week, and was it a tweet?
Before we get into his specific tweet, man, Ixar is just blowing up the Twitter. he has been real quick about saying, hey, we're about to announce something in 3 days. And in 3 days, they announce something. Hey, we're about to do this patch. The details might change, but this is what we're thinking about doing. And then once the patch notes come out, that's what they're doing. He's doing a really, really good job of being the front face of Team 5 to give us a little bit of information about what they're thinking about in, those behind those closed doors. And I'm loving it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So, what did Ixar tweet? Ixar said, planning on reverting a handful of card nerfs just before the upcoming set rotation. We'll share details on exactly what those cards are in the next couple of weeks, but they currently include 5 wild cards, 4 Year of the Raven cards that are going to be rotating to wild, and 1 current Year of the Dragon card.
Yeah.
So, speculation time. Got any ideas what you think they might be? Or what you hope they might be?
One of them might have already been kind of leaked by a media source, and that's Dr. Boom Dr. Boom Mad Genius going back to 7 mana once he goes into wild. Because he was nerfed from 7 mana to 9 mana. Now they're going to put him back to 7. That one was leaked by a source. But other than that, the Year of the Dragon card is what they've had quite a few nerfs in Year of the Dragon, mainly around Shaman. I'm kind of curious what that one card is, and I really couldn't tell you what these cards are going to be. I'm excited because this tells me they're shaking up not only standard but also wild.
My thought is it would have to be something that had a broken interaction with something in the Year of the Raven, and now that card is moving out of standard, they can change this card. They can unnerf this card because maybe now it won't be as strong.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a broken interaction, meaning that it is overpowered, not that it breaks the game.
Right.
Because they wouldn't do that because in Wild it would still break the game. But if it's an overpowered interaction, it might not be as powerful in Wild because there's more tools to deal with it. Maybe Dragon's Pack? Maybe Dragon's Pack goes back to a 5/6. I don't know. Yeah. I think that's the one I don't want to see. But Sludge Slurper maybe going back to a 2/1 wouldn't be too bad. There's a lot of good ones that happen that really put Shaman in a bad spot from being the top class. So maybe that wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we'll just have to see. I think we'll probably hear this information just after we hear what the year of and probably the teaser for the next set's going to be.
I agree. So, all right. That brings us to the next bit of news. Last week we talked about Masters Tour Indonesia getting moved to Los Angeles over threats of coronavirus. Well, now, if you guys haven't heard, it's important that you hear this because Blizzard is moving the Masters Tour into your living room. No, not yours. No, not yours. You listening. The one listening to this podcast. Masters Tour is happening in your living room.
Yeah.
So, and all credit for Masters Tour living room goes to our buddy Bloody Face. He tweeted that out earlier this week after the announcement that upon further review of the coronavirus situation, given the broad international nature of our event, we have made the decision to hold Masters Tour Los Angeles entirely online.
So I'm glad they made this decision because now a lot of people thought the other decision to move it to LA was hasty, which I think it needed to be hasty. And I know there were some numbers people didn't like, the $250 reimbursements, things like that. However, they also put in this blog post that if you've made LA arrangements, they will reimburse those as well, up to $1,500 in total reimbursement. So if a lot of those European players or Asia Pacific players then made arrangements to go to LA, Now they don't have to. This is a good thing, and I don't know if that 1500's also going to be considered for the Indonesia arrangements to LA and then vice versa. That's probably stuff that's going to be discussed with the players individually on an individual basis. But that being the case, this is a good change because obviously it's going to change the way the Masters Tour is, because qualifiers allow you to use deck trackers, but the Masters Tour, being at a LAN, doesn't allow you to use a deck tracker. Well, now that it's being done online, it will go back to the Masters Tour qualifier rule, because they can't really enforce it otherwise, to allow you to use deck trackers. So you might actually see a different variety of people win this Masters Tour because they have the aid of the deck trackers. So that's rather interesting. I do know that Grandmaster player Bloodyface was not going to go to Indonesia, even though he had an invite. He was going to go to LA, and now he's definitely excited he gets to sit at home and compete on the Masters Tour. I don't want this to be a permanent thing. I want Masters Tours to be LANs, but I like that they're willing to do this.
I agree. As an innkeeper, one of the things we do is we hold LAN events for people to come out, get together, and hang out together. And this whole situation kind of puts a cloud over the whole Fireside Gatherings thing. And while one of my favorite things to do is get together with people at a location and hang out and talk and play Hearthstone, right now we don't know what's going on with that. We've not gotten any information. We've not been told to not schedule events. In fact, I just scheduled a Fireside Gathering for next Saturday. And so we're gonna check it out, see what happens, and go from there. But as of right now, we've got no instructions to stop running firesides, and so we're going to continue to do so.
Yeah, I would hope that and I know some of this feedback has been disseminated from the innkeepers to Blizzard's customer or the community manager, that they would like to see more events at firesides like the Tavern Hero qualifiers and things like that again. And I'd like to see that too. But I don't know. I'm afraid that it's gone away from that. And that kind of sucks, really, to kind of put it bluntly, because that was a way I found that I actually qualified THQ to go to one of the prelims that way. And it didn't, it's not an option for me anymore. And going to DreamHack and doing well there is not an option for me anymore. So I'm hoping that Drew seems like he's hearing these type of concerns, and some things are changing for qualifiers and whatnot. But hopefully we'll just have to see if that kind of change happens. This happening where they're allowing a Masters Tour to happen completely online is a deviation from the normal. And that makes me feel good about some of the decision making of the esports team. We'll just have to see if it gets any better.
Yes. So waiting, and that's really the hardest part, is the waiting to see what's going to happen, because nobody knows. This is a bunch of professional technical conferences have canceled in the last week. If you haven't heard, one of the largest conventions in the U.S., South by Southwest in Austin, completely canceled their convention, and that's going to be a huge financial blow to the city of Austin. But
yeah,
this is something. University of Washington has stopped holding classes on campus. They're moving all classes to an online structure, and it's something that's we've never seen before, or recently in recent memory that we've seen. So we just have to kind of wait and see how it plays off.
DreamHack Austin, I think, is in May. I don't know. So far, everything's going to be happening with that. DreamHack Atlanta is in November. I'm planning on attending that myself. Um, we don't know if
Well,
these quarantines
there,
are going to affect any of that stuff.
right,
So
right. And a lot of people are saying once the warmer months get here, this may act like the flu and go into a hibernative state, and we don't have to worry about it over the summer months and the warmer months.
maybe.
But well, we don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So, all right, that brings us to this week's Tavern Brawl, which we kind of briefly mentioned earlier. The Burn Down rekindled. So the Burn Down returns and is better than ever. Take control of a random deck. If you lose, you'll get a copy of your opponent's deck. How long can your deck survive the Burn Down? So this was a one and done for me. I got the Mage deck to start with and immediately won my game by defeating a rogue and didn't look back. Took my pack and ran.
My first game went about an hour because my opponent had lethal, refused to lethal me. I could not counter him back. I, at that point, was so upset that I was like, if he's going to waste my time, I'm going to waste his time. So I roped every turn and then passed to him. He refused to kill me, would clear my board, emote me, and would rope all the way out. And we did that for about an hour until he finally, gave in and killed me because he wanted me to concede. I wasn't going to concede. So, the second game I ended up winning, and then I was done with it.
Yeah. So, go get your free pack. It is a classic standard pack. Do like us and hold on to that pack if you can. Don't open it yet. We don't have any reason to believe there could be a change to Classic, but we don't have a reason to not believe there may not be a change to Classic.
Yeah, if nothing more, it's also the Hall of Fame's rotation's coming up.
Right.
So holding it just for that alone, because there's always something going to the Hall of Fame. But there has been rumor mills throughout the various communities that something may happen to value those classic packs a little higher. And if that's the case, you don't want to open them yet.
That is correct.
We'll know. I'm sure we'll know more before the next rotation actually happens. Whatever happens, and we'll let you know when and if it's safe to go ahead and start opening your packs.
Yep. All right. Well, that brings us to this week's deck list. And this week we are playing what has been tentatively titled the Poof Mage. So this is Reno, the amazing Reno. This is as like all Reno decks, it is a Highlander style. So I'm going to run down the deck list real quick, and then I'll kind of pitch it over to Zerotio to talk about it. Everything is a single copy. Arcane Breath, Ray of Frost, Book of Specters, Doomsayer, Fire Tree Witch Doctor, Zephyrus the Great, Arcane Intellect, Frost Nova, Snip Snap, Stargazer Luna, Arcane Keysmith, Bone Wraith, Conjurer's Calling, Escaped Mana Saber, Twilight Drake, Malagos Aspect of Magic, Ziliax, Blizzard, Dragoncaster, Reno the Relicologist, Flamestrike, Luna's Pocket Galaxy, Siamat, Power of Creation, Tortolan Pilgrim, Alexstrasza, Dragon Queen Alexstrasza, Caligos, the Amazing Reno, and a Mountain Giant. So what do you think, Zerotio?
Wait, it's not Dairy Queen Alexstrasza?
Not unless she's serving up some blizzards.
There are definitely possibilities of Blizzard being played this deck. Okay, so there's a lot of variations of this Highlander Mage. This one is courtesy of Mad at Arms, and he uses a mountain giant in it. A lot of the lists don't have a mountain giant in it. They have another big threat or another removal piece. Mountain giant just fits. If you can get it reduced to 1 and couple it with that Conjurer's Calling, obviously shenanigans is, having 7-8 taunts, and that won me a game today. Right now I'm 2-2 with the deck. It does take there are some decks that counter it pretty well. Any druid deck is good against it. Depending how rogue draws, if they get the nuts, they're going to beat you. But for the most part, it's actually pretty good against most rogue decks. The Galakron versions, the Highlander versions, it's a little harder because they get that extra kind of broken value being a Highlander deck like you do. I have seen some of the lists not have the Mountain Giants but run Albatross, so you can then water down any other Highlander decks. But we don't have it in this list. And honestly, I don't think that is as strong a list as having the Mountain Giant. I like this list better.
Yeah, I agree. I've so far had good luck with the Mountain Giant. I've been able to get him out pretty decently early. Turn 5, turn 6 occasionally. So I like the Mountain Giant as well. As you had alluded to, this is can be a bit of a tempo where, we talked about it with Mad at Arms, get out the Pocket Galaxy as soon as possible, either by cheating it out with the Dragon Caster or playing it with the Tortolan Pilgrim. There's multiple ways to get it out, and the sooner the better. So it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed playing this deck, and I look forward to playing it tonight. So
yeah, one of the dream curves, and it is a dream curve, is Mana Saber on 4. Attack with your Mana Saber, get an extra mana crystal on 5 to be up to 6 mana, to then play Dragon Caster into Luna's Pocket Galaxy. So that's kind of like the nuts with this deck. And you have to have Mana Saber, Dragon Caster, a dragon in hand to make, as well as Luna's Pocket Galaxy to make all that work. So it's very, very rare. But when it can happen, there's no way you lose that game.
Right. So, all right. Well, I believe that does it for the audio portion of the show this week. If you are joining us on Twitch or YouTube, please stay tuned for the live play portion of our show. If you are listening via our audio podcast, we'd like to thank you for joining us. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at HeroPower_cast. And you can find all of our past episodes on YouTube at youtube.com/ECMMOGamers or on our website at heropowerhs.com. If you enjoy the show, you'd like to help support and improve it, or you'd like to join us in the conversation, you can do that by heading over to our Patreon at patreon.com/heropower, where you can join our patron-only Discord for as little as $1 a month. And we'll see you all again next week.
And don't forget to use your hero power, or let Reno do it. Either way.
Alrighty. I am launching the game.
You ever going to share your screen with me?
Oh, I guess that's a thing, isn't it?
It helps with my flow, but that's okay.
Wait, you've got flow?
I got wicked flow, bro. You don't even know about my flow. So let's go.
All right.
Wow. Don't remind me never to do that again.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Let me make sure my spectate is... Oh, wait. I was on stream last night. So, yeah, my spectate's on.
Whenever you are ready, sir.
I'm poofing on the ladder.
Can you do that on Twitch?
Hey, I don't know, but we'll find out, won't we?
All right.
Ooh.
Fighting the spectate boss and winning.
And for those that are still sticking around, sorry for the really quick first half of the show. Having back issues, so I wanted to kind of kick through as fast as we possibly could and get to the play portion.
All right, so one of the things we did find out is that this deck struggles a little bit against Druid.
Yes, but we have Luna's Pocket Galaxy.
Yes, we do.
Do we just throw everything back but the Lunas?
I don't know. I'm thinking it couldn't maybe hurt to keep the Arcane as well. We could ramp into a giant or something.
Maybe. Let's keep the Arcane and the Lunas.
Okay.
That sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we could keep the Dairy Queen Alexstrasza for the Dragon Activator, but I don't think it's needed. It's not something we want to rely on.
Right.
We might even coin out the Arcane Intellect on 2. So one of the games I did win was versus Quest Druid, but this is not Quest Druid.
No. My guess is this is probably Token.
Seeing the mulligan, he mulliganed all 3 of his starting cards, so I would put it to Embiggen. Because Token usually has an action on 1. And they definitely have a snap action on 2. So they haven't done anything yet. My guess is he has Embiggen in hand, and he's deciding whether he wants to Embiggen early and then risk blowing his curve. Yeah, this is likely Embiggen.
Yeah, it is.
Well, coin Arcane Intellect sounds good, but now that we get the Twilight Drake, we could coin out the Twilight Drake next turn.
Yeah, that's probably not bad either.
So ping face?
Yeah, I think so. Because we're not going to be able to remove that Fairy Dragon unless we get the Twilight on the board.
Yeah, and the Twilight Drake will be a, if we coin it out, will be a 4/7. So it should be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. So coin out the Twilight Drake?
Yep.
What this can allow for is if he can't trade into it and has to leave it up, we could get a value trade and then Conjurer's Calling it and get 2 4-drops.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. So we trade into the 5/4 and Conjurer's Calling?
Yep. I like it.
Taunt.
Yes!
Ask and you shall receive. And that's a mech that he might not be able to get rid of. He might have the Oasis Searcher.
Yes.
Which is fine if he Oasis Searcher, because he can't get it big enough to trade into it by itself. He hasn't embiggened yet. He'd have to make it a 5/5 and run both in, and then we could Zilliax the remaining one.
Okay.
We're not in a bad spot. And if he can't deal with this, we'll have a big old Zilliax. Or a big Hecklebot with Zilliax on him.
He's trying to figure something out. Or he went upstairs to complain to his mom that RNG is not his friend.
He could be making some Hot Pockets. Pizza poppers. Getting a Yoo-hoo. Saying he's going to quit this game and go back to playing World of Warcraft. Yeah, he just threw in the towel. Ooh. So
Do we stick
the
to the
light
Ziliax plan and just go
I think
face?
so. I think the light spawn goes face.
Yes.
The question is, what do we value more? Healing or the divine shield this turn?
Probably the healing, I would think.
I was thinking we run into the 3/2 now, and then we put Zeliax on it.
Okay.
We won't get healing this turn, but we'll have a big taunt with divine shield, and our opponent left. Wow.
So there you go.
So here's the thing. We are unfavored in that matchup.
Yes, we are.
So we kind of high rolled, which you kind of have to high roll to win those bad matchups. Whether you get an early Luna's Pocket Galaxy or you get some good minions on the board off of your Conjurer's Calling. So 1-0, I will take that win all day because that's one we shouldn't have won.
Yes. All right.
I'm thinking he had lots of his big minions in his hand and none of his embiggen or draws or any of that stuff. Warrior. If I'm not mistaken, this is not a bad matchup.
Okay.
What do you think with this hand?
Throw back everything but the Pocket Galaxy.
Really? You think so? Not even Book of Specters?
I don't think so. I'm not, of course, I'm biased because I'm not a fan of Book of Specters. I think of Book of Specters as a late game play after you've played Luna's Pocket Galaxy.
I would agree with you. That's the but I wanted to ask that question and get that conversation started. Why would we not keep it?
Yeah, in this
and
deck, I feel like you don't play it till after you've played Pocket Galaxy.
I think so too. So we keep Luna's Pocket Galaxy. Okay. And we get. Ooh.
Okay. So that gives us a little bit of early game.
We got the Escape Mana Saber.
Now we need to draw the or not the Relicologist, but
the Dragon Caster.
Dragon Caster.
We also need a dragon.
Yeah, that's true.
I think we pass. What's your thoughts on Zephrys on 2 for Wild Growth?
I love that play, especially in a Highlander deck.
Okay. You think that's what we do then?
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Ooh, there's Reno. Yeah, I like this. This will ramp us up into Ziliax to kind of offset some of this early damage.
Yeah. And then we can on what would have been our normal turn 5, we'll be able to coin into Pocket Galaxy.
Yes. So we
Wild Growth.
Wild Growth?
Yep.
Taking a little early damage, but I think this is fine. So we Ziliax, what do we hit? Do we hit the Armor Smith?
I don't know. There's some pretty crazy things you can do with the Skipper.
Okay. Well, he might clear his own board here.
See, I think this is that deck we played 2 weeks ago on the show.
Yeah, it is. It's the Galakron. Ooh.
Okay.
I think the play here is Zeliax. The problem is coin Luna's Pocket Galaxy next turn is going to... I don't know if we're going to be in a position to be able to do that.
Right.
I think we run into the Armor Smith because next turn we're probably going to want to Reno.
Okay. I'm down with that.
And we want to limit how much armor he's getting. There is merit to going ahead and running into the Acolyte of Pain to limit his draw.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that's probably the better play because we have more tools in our hands. So let's get rid of the Acolyte of Pain instead. We're conceding to more armor, but honestly, at this point, we're just going to run him out of resources, not run him out of health. So he wants to play another minion. Okay. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what he's doing this turn. I'm okay with Luna's Pocket Galaxy now.
Yeah.
Because that he really hasn't developed hardly anything.
Yeah. So, coin Lunas.
Because this is not a board you really want to Reno.
Right.
Because you're going to create three bombs.
So
Okay,
he's
so we
drawing his Galakron.
We know he wants the Galakron next turn, but he's only evoked once. What about
Frost Nova, Ray of Frost, the Armor Smith?
What about Frost Nova Mana Saber?
Yeah, that works too.
This sets us up for Totalum Pilgrim next turn into like a Flame Striker.
Okay.
We could run the Mana Saber into the Bomb Wrangler and then Relicologist. That's an option.
Yeah, Sergeant Teabag in chat says now that we've played the Pocket Galaxy, we could go right into the book.
We can book, yeah, because we'll get one cost minions, possibly Caligos, possibly
Dairy Queen
Alexstrasza. And what is up, Sergeant Teabag? Good to see you, man. Okay, that's kind of a weird line. He's wanting to make a bomb. I think that's specifically it. He's wanting to make a bomb.
He's building up that armor.
Yeah. So what's our likelihood of hitting Flame? Ooh, there's Blizzard. So do we just start with Book of Specters?
I think so. See what we draw.
Because everything else we're going to do is 6-man and under, right?
Yes.
Bad. Doomsayer. Well, that's a Blizzard Doomsayer turn to set up.
Yeah.
So 5, 6, 8. So we can run.
Well, Mana Saber. you can attack with the Mana Saber and get a 7th Mana Crystal and play. Oh no, doesn't matter either way you go. I mean, you could attack Blizzard Doomsayer.
We could. We know he pretty much wants to Galakron next turn, but it'll keep him from developing and make him Galakron before he hits.
Yeah.
So, okay, I don't hate that. So we'll Blizzard, then Doomsayer.
Yeah.
This is so that it doesn't get some unneeded damage on the Doomsayer. Oh, cool. That Mana Saber soaked up one of the bombs.
Yeah.
That's going to be very helpful. So we did thin out. Okay, so we lost 2 spells, but we also thinned out the pool for Totalum Pilgrim.
Exactly.
We don't have Flame Strike. We don't have any board clear in our. Wow. 3, 6.
He's got 12 damage. He's got 12 health on the board.
Yeah.
And then he'll add 1 health every time we hit the Wrangler.
Trying to see if there's a way to use Reno to maximize the damage. We can double Ray of Frost one of the 3/2s. We're still going to create 3 bombs, but it will clear everything else.
Okay.
What do you think of that?
I mean, every time it hits the Wrangler, it'll create a bomb, so there's not a guarantee we'll clear everything else.
Yeah, because it does it at that moment, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, how about we aspect the magic?
That works. Start there.
Maybe we can get the flame strike. I didn't have a dragon in my hand. I'm a dummy. Reno's not a dragon. I'm going to Tortolan Pilgrim for power creation.
Got it.
That was a dumb. I don't know why. That was a mistake. I forgot about the not having another dragon in hand. I think the rope got to me.
Well, I mean, we know Reno's a dragon. It's not our fault.
Yeah,
the game doesn't know Reno's not a dragon.
That's true. That's true. That there was a misplay. Does he have it? He probably has it. So he just needs 3. So any invoke.
There it is.
Yep. There we go. What? Style points?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what it is about ranks 4 and 5. Once you get into like 3 and higher, you don't get people showing off like this. They just want to finish the games. I mean, I don't mind it so much, but it's just it's annoying sometimes.
All right, 1 and 1.
It's like that guy that you're at the poker table and you're pretty sure he beat you, so you fold, and he shows you he had the full house. It's like, why? You won.
Right.
There's no reason to show it to me. Hunter. I haven't played Hunter with this deck that much.
I've not played against a Hunter with this deck yet either. So.
Keep the Arcane Intellect?
I think so.
Or do we just throw everything back?
I'm not above throwing everything back.
Yeah, I think we throw everything back. Again, Arcane Intellect is usually a post-Luna's Pocket Galaxy.
Yeah.
If one of these other 2 cards was Luna's Pocket Galaxy, I would keep the Dragon Caster. Because we don't have Luna's Pocket Galaxy in hand, I don't really want to keep the Dragon Caster. Well, that's good. Fiery Witch Doctor with a dragon in hand. And he is strongly thinking of that first turn play. Oh, so we're doing a fireside next Saturday?
Yes.
I think we might be in Maryville.
Okay.
So that may work out. Fire True Witch Doctor?
Yeah.
Clear play? I mean, he's going to snipe it off, but that's going to make him use that 2 mana. What do you think of Flame Ward?
I like Flame Ward.
Because we can Flame Ward next turn. And he'll have to think about all of his actions, whether he casts a spell, maybe he'll burn the coin.
Yeah.
I suspect he's going to hero power our 2/2. So we can snip sap or we can flame ward. If we flame ward, we'll likely only kill 1 minion. If we snip snap, that's a that is 4/5 worth of stats and 3 mana.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Snip
You like
Snap's
the
a better
Snip Snap?
play. Yeah, save the Flame Ward for a little later. I like this guy's name too.
Exit music. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I haven't played him before. Usually I see a lot of the same names in that, rank 4 to 1 range. Okay. Do we Zephyrs for Shadow Word Pain? Or do we just Flame Ward this turn? Because now we're pretty much, if he goes face with either one of those minions, we're guaranteed to kill 2 minions. What do you think? Are you muted?
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. So, Flame Ward, is that what you said?
We can Flame Ward, or we can Zephyrs into Shadow Word Pain on the Primordial Explorer.
I think we need to get rid of the Primordial.
But do we do it now, or do we let him attack face and do it? Because if we do Flame Ward, it dies anyways. If he attacks face.
That's true. Yeah, just Flame Ward.
Okay.
I mean, it won't attack face. It'll attack the...
No, but if it attacks the 2/3 and then he goes face with the sharpshooter, then it dies.
Yeah, but I doubt he'll do that. He'll probably pick off one of the 1/1s and then clear with the hero power, maybe.
Probably, but that means we take no face damage this turn. I'm fine with that. There we go. Corrosive Breath, and then he goes face. Order. Yeah, do that. Oh, okay. There we go. And then now we can't pick off the 1/1 because it killed the...
Yep.
So he had... Okay. Now that dies, right?
Now that does...
I Zephyrs into Shadow Word Pain?
Yeah.
That's the play, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Not Shadow Word Pain, but
Eagle Hornbow?
Eagle Hornbow. I don't hate that. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, top decking into what's his name? Arcane Keysmith would be great.
Yeah, that would actually. Arcane Keysmith would synergize real good with that.
So do we just Bone Wraith here?
What about Melios Mad Aspect?
Well, we do have a dragon in our hand this time.
We do have a dragon in our hand this time. And then we have the backup of Ray of Frost on the 5/5 if things go sour.
That'll work.
So we get Malagos Intellect, Malagos Tome, and then Malagos Nova.
I'm kind of leaning towards the Tome, but...
Not the Intellect? Because what's better, 3 random mage spells or 4 cards from our deck?
Well, I would say if we had already played Pocket Galaxy, the
True.
Intellect, but I guess Intellect is fine.
And then we Ray of Frost that?
Yeah.
And then go face?
Go face for 4.
Do we save our face?
Yeah, I'd probably save it to pick off something.
I don't hate that. And we can Ray of Frost that 5/5 again next turn if we feel we need to. Could even Mountain Giant Ray of Frost next turn. Okay. He did not use his hero power. Interesting.
So, what do you think about Ray of Frosting the 5/5 and using your face and Malagos to clear the Dragon Bane and then playing the Bone Wraith?
What about Frost Novae? Ray of Frost the 3/5, the Dragon Bane with our face to clear it and going face with everything else, and Malagos' intellect.
Okay, that works.
So we'll intellect first.
Yeah, because that way you can play the giant as well.
Yep. And then we Frost Nova. We're not going to play giant this turn.
Oh, yeah, no. For some reason, I thought it was going to be cheaper than that.
Hit there, hit our face, and then go face.
Yeah.
We can Flame Strike next turn with Dragon Caster. We do have another dragon. We have a dragon in our hand. Okay. We can Dragon Caster into Power Creation if we wanted.
Sup, Ignatius. Welcome to chat.
Hey, Ignatius. Good to see you, brother. I'm worried he has a lot of bursts from hand. Okay, Flame Strike looks good. Flame Strike looks great. So Dragon Caster, Flame Strike, ping the 5/5?
I think so.
We can Dragon Queen Alexstrasza next turn. Maybe luck into some good zero-cost dragons. We can Ziliax for healing. Okay. So we got Doomsayer. What do you think about sending Malagos to face to test for Freezing Trap?
Okay.
Then we Ziliax on the 1/1 and ping.
I like that.
Okay. So we know it's likely Snake Trap. Does that mean we don't hit the 5/5 then? We just swing to face?
Yeah. Let him be responsible for going into clear.
So that means we can also play the Bone
Wraith.
The Bone Wraith. Okay. So that's 2 taunts, 3 really he has to get through.
Yeah.
One of which heals if he runs into it. He's used both of his Corrosive Breaths, so he can't use Corrosive Breath on the 4/3. I think we got him in a good spot. Yeah. Sergeant Teabag, I think that this might be game. Ooh, what? Is he he's main decking Shield Breaker.
Yep.
I'm a little baffled. Okay, so Arcane Breath on the 6/2, right?
Yep.
Because we can still play Dragon Queen Alexstrasza if we want. Ooh.
Conjurer's Calling.
Weekend Conjurer's Calling. I was thinking of Blast Wave, too. Yeah, let's take Conjurer's Calling. We Dragon Queen Altraza, though, right?
Yes.
Healing. We just go face and play both of those, right? Heal our face. Then Nose Dormu doesn't do anything.
That's correct, yeah.
Oh, what? Oh, that was Rat Trap.
Okay.
I didn't expect that, but that's fine. The Rat Trap, we offset a 6/6 for 8 healing, so I don't think that changes anything. I don't think he can win. Me?
And concede. There it is.
I did not expect Rat Trap.
Yeah.
The Rat Trap is normally not in this list. Maybe that's why he's running it. I know for a while when Paladin was really heavy, I swapped out the the Snake Trap and put in Explosive Trap because of Mech Paladin was just running me over with lots of small minions. So
yeah.
So that may be what he's doing. Is he's just offsetting with a 6/6, which is smart, you know.
All right. Well, that made us 2-1 with Reno Highlander Mage. So it's a fun deck if you guys are looking for something fun to play. And like we said, really the toughest matchups we've found with it so far have been Embiggen Druid and Token Druid.
Yep.
But beyond that, it plays pretty well. So
it's kind of a coin flip when you're dealing with Highlander Rogue, because you're both Highlander decks. It's who gets their best Highlander cards in the RNG. So that's kind of a coin flip. But other than that, it's got a pretty good spread against other decks. It's good against Priest. It's good against Hunter. It's good against most rogues other than the Highlander variant. It's not bad against Warrior.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, guys, that's going to, I believe, wrap it up for this week. Thank you guys for joining us in the chat. And those of you watching on YouTube or Twitch, if you have any questions or comments about the show, feel free to please email us at heropowerpodcast@gmail.com. Hit that subscribe button below on YouTube if you haven't done so already. Give us a follow on Twitch to be alerted when we go live. And if you want to be part of the conversation, feel free to check out our patron-only Discord over at patreon.com/heropower, where you can join for as little as $1 a month. All right, gang. Until next week, good gaming.
Bye, guys.